What is growing on, everybody? Hope all is well. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to germinate and grow hollyhocks and what are the best ways. Let's get into it. So I'm going to go over a couple of different ways that you can germinate and grow your hollyhocks. There's two ways that I did it last year, and one way I did it in the last couple of months. You don't have to do that, but that's what I did. So last year I started mine in August. It was kind of late. I only had really 2 months before winter or fall was rolling in. So I did them in cups. I also did some in little pots. You can put your seeds on top of your potting mix, or you could put your seeds in and sprinkle some potting mix on top. Keep your potting mix, whatever way you do it, moist at all times. You can put a Ziploc bag over it or sandwich bag over it to keep your potting mix a little bit more moist. They'll germinate within about 2 weeks, maybe 3. Some took about a month to germinate, all depending on how good your seeds are. If they're a couple years old, some of them might not grow, or it'll take a little longer for them to germinate. Now, give them morning sun and afternoon shade, because I had these out. That's why some of them are a little beat up, because it's very, very windy, and the potting mix dried up really quickly because it was sitting in the full sun. So if it's going to do that to these, it'll really do it to your seeds. So just keep them moist. Also, the way I did it this year, and that's how I germinated all of them, was in my eye-powered seed starter kit. And the reason why I did that was because I was also starting to germinate other things, and I had a row to do it, so why not throw some in? So what you're going to do is, when you get these in the ground, you're going to want to give them full sun and well-draining soil, and protect them from the wind. You could either stake them or put them up against the fence or anything like that, so they don't flop over. Now, if you know you're not going to get rain for a week or longer, definitely water them maybe every 2 to maybe 3 days so they don't dry out. Also, you're going to want to protect these from rabbits, because I definitely had some last year that did get eaten. One of them ate enough but came back because it was later during the season, and I did lose one that didn't come back, unfortunately, this year. So be mindful of that. They were a little bit bigger than this. Some were a little bit bigger that got ate, but they were still strong enough to come back. So protect them any type of way you can. I plan on using liquid fence this year, so it won't happen again. Because I know, and I'll show you a video of what the ones that did get eaten versus the ones that didn't get eaten, and kind of where they're at around the same time. So I'll cut to that real quick. So you can see right here where they have been chewing on them. Now, here's just one that they got, and then this one they got last year, but like I said, it came back this year. Another one, this is one right here, they got all the way back to the ground, but I'll show you the ones where they really didn't disturb. So you can see they didn't get this one, which is nice, and then they got a little bit of them this year, which is unfortunate. And then I'll show you the one that they didn't get but looks really, really good, is this one right here. Now, some of them have been eaten, but this plant is looking really, really good. Now, this one gets a lot more sun than the other ones do, so I think this one is doing a lot better because of that. But I can't wait for this one to bloom this year. And they've been kind of eating this one a little bit, but other than that, they've all been doing really, really well. I think if they didn't get them this last year and a little bit this year, they would be a lot stronger. But I think these are just 2 little seedlings that I put together, maybe 3 at best. But like I said, doing really, really well, and I'm excited to see what happens with them this year. I don't think I'm going to put any more in here just because of all the other plants that I got growing as well. But let's get back into the video. So that's what happens when the rabbits eat them. Also, I'm definitely going to be using some fertilizer this year to help them along the way, because some of these are not going to bloom the first year. They'll bloom next year. A lot of these are biennials. So, which means the first year it's going to look like this, foliage. And then the second year is when you're going to get your blooms. I know Indian Springs, I believe, which I do have some of those, bloom the first year. I believe it all depends when you get them started. You don't want to start them in July or August because you're most likely not going to get the blooms from them. Also, the seeds that you do not get from your hollyhocks, if nothing gets a hold of them, they should germinate and you'll have hollyhocks for the next year as well. I plan on getting as many seeds from my plants as possible and then germinating more. I also have a lot of other hollyhocks that I'm going to be germinating as well because I just love the way they look. I think they're really awesome looking. So I think I kind of covered everything in this video. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.